What's going on? My name is Boomer and welcome to your identity and presence training. Now, before we dive into the curriculum, I wanted to formally introduce myself and just congratulate you and welcome you, but really congratulate you for getting started on this work. You might be not really, fond of the concepts, the principles that I will be teaching inside of this curriculum. You might have been doing this work for quite some time and are just looking for other people who think this way. But regardless of where you are, who you are, what color your skin is, anything else that could be defined as a label or anything like that, I will say I welcome you, I love you, and I'm excited that you're here. Now, you're probably wondering or thinking to yourself, man, this guy just say that he loved me? That's pretty weird. And the truth of the matter is, yes. I love you because we are made out of the same thing and I love myself, so, Anyway, let's dive into some of the foundational learnings that we're gonna be going into in this curriculum. So this curriculum is designed to do a couple of things. It's designed to really go with human nature and to kind of show you that we can create our thoughts, behaviors, feelings, actions, results in life quite consciously, and we can do it from just by feeling good and assigning proper meaning and proper value to the things that we encounter in life, right? And so the goal of this curriculum is to help you align more with yourself. And we do that through three main ways, okay? We're gonna take a look at three main pillars. So pillar number one is connection. Connection is a connection to yourself, it is a connection to others, and it's a connection to your material, what you bring to the world. If you are out of alignment with any of those things, you're going to have a difficult time going through the necessary path of achieving what you want. There's not going to be a whole lot of lucky points, if you will. Like, the best people get lucky because they never stop taking action, and they're just like, they're working in a way that is not forceful. You see, when we force things and we force like relationships and we force meeting people and trying to get investment deals and all of this stuff, and we got to do $100,000 a month and $1 million a month and all of this stuff, we start to push these things away. When we force like I want money, and you try to fucking force it, like get it and hold on to it, money will actually move away from you. The girl, your dream girl or your dream guy, will actually move away from you because you want them or it so bad. Okay, so that is really important to understand, is that we're going to come from a surrender standpoint, right? A connection we're going to get in tune with our connection by surrendering to the things that are in our alignment and otherwise in our truth. So moving on, number two is clarity. Clarity is one of the best anti-anxieties. It's one of the best antidepressants that I have encountered in my life. Clarity, knowing exactly who, what, where, when, and why have been very, very big for me. So we're going to be diving in, creating some clarity for you. This is part of the sequence that might get a little bit uncomfortable because we will be looking at all of the distractions that are in our lives and what we are presented with on a daily basis. Everything from social media to going out and having amazing friends, right, that always want to do shit, and things like having maybe one too many projects. All right, so we're gonna dive into clarity. We're gonna get hyper clear on who we are, who we're becoming, our identity, all of that, and really just kind of, you'll see how it all fits into the process. Number three, last but not least, is production. Production is essential because without action, there is no result. You have nothing to show for it. And I found that without production, when production was low in my life, creativity, things like that, I didn't have really a whole lot to make me feel good. When I'm in action, I know that I'm feeling good, okay? So the production module is simply taking everything and implementing it at a high level and we're going to be doing some high level shit in regards to clearing the mind and clearing the clutter and the space in our environments and all of that. So I'm very excited for you to dive into that. One thing that I forgot to touch on in connection is our creativity. Our creativity. When we live a creative life, we are in an expansive energy rather than a constrictive consumption energy. The goal is to create. If you're watching this right now, you're likely a creator. All right. And when you create, you probably feel better. So we're going to explore more avenues of creation. We're going to explore more avenues of finding those outlets and things that will ultimately keep us sane. But I'm so happy that you're here. We're going to dive in. You're probably wondering what kind of credibility that I have, where, who, what, why, like who, Boomer, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do with my life? Well, man, I've gone through quite a bit. And really at the end of the day, I've got 8-figure mentors that have really just cracked me open to life. One mentor in particular, Mark Hoverson, who passed away, and his teachings have really just kind of put me on this learning path, this journey path of finding out more and more about myself. He had a level in a game that he created for about 100 of us young entrepreneurs called Limitless. And essentially in this level, it was called Know Thyself. And, I'm not going to get into deeply about the level, but essentially it was just like, there's a lot about us that how we respond and how we act in life that we don't know and that we've been conditioned to believe. And so going through this, like, I'm ready for you to really kind of pull down the veil. All right. So I've had 8-figure mentorship and ongoing mentorship now, but now from conscious leaders who are just like, they're so dialed in. And, my goal is to spread this out to the world because this level of thinking has changed my life and I know it's capable of changing so many others. So with that said, conscious coaches, I have gone through plant medicine retreats. Again, I will have a disclaimer on plant medicine. Don't do it if you're alone. I'm not recommending, condoning doing it. It's been a wildly transformative experience for me. But if you are to do it, which I strongly, if you're going to do it, please be in a professional setting. The setting is important, and please be guided by a professional, somebody who has worked with the medicine for ideally years and studied with, the necessary practitioners of the work. So, that's just, I want to get that out of the way, but powerful medicine journeys that have taught me a lot about life and about myself and energy and, channeling and connection and all of that. Then you've got various difficult trials in nature. You've got just a culmination of experiences that have brought me to this point. So, go through the information and then make your fair assessment from that. But I would encourage you to be open-minded. And again, this is why I chose to work with entrepreneurs and high performers, because to an extent, y'all are already open-minded and, open to receiving new information and making changes in your life in order, in the name of growth and impact. So with that said, I don't know what else that I have to share with you. It's gonna be a fun ride. Guys, buckle up. My personality is here, there, it's everywhere, but I do my best to keep it straight and to the point and to make these lessons as valuable as possible. Remember, you have lifetime access to this information and you can go through it at any time. And it will always continue to change because I will always continue to change. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that a lot of the information, you could be like, oh, it's credibility. Like, I've studied this stuff for about 10 years now. And everything from Dr. Joe Dispenza, psycho-cybernetics, habits, creation, all of this, you'll see that you might have read books and be like, oh, I've kind of gotten the gist of that before. But I've studied these books like crazy. In fact, Psycho-Cybernetics is one of the biggest life-changing manuscripts that I have read, and you will actually be receiving one of these as my student, as my client, whatever you want to call yourself. I don't think of myself as a coach, a guide, a fucking guru. I don't see myself with those labels. I'm just Boomer. That's the only label that I have. And I'm here dispelling this info to you and sharing it. And I wouldn't trade this for the world. So in order to show my gratitude to you, I've sent you a copy of this book. Now, this book has, it's a little bit older, but it will change your perspective on what exactly identity is. It defines identity at a core level and tells you that identity is just merely a bunch of habits that we have gone over and over in our head, and certain frames of thinking that are only conditional, and we can change them at any point in time. So books like this have been very powerful for me, and as a gift, because it has such a big impact on me, I have sent one to you. And so if I haven't sent it to you, or if you haven't received your book yet, or if I haven't asked for your address yet, that might be coming. I might be sending you a little gift in the mail. So with that said, let's dive into the curriculum. I've been speaking long enough. I'm excited that you're here. And once again, thank you. I love you.